Hey Paul, how's it going? It's Bree here with Northland Marketing. As promised, I wanted to go ahead and record you an online audit, going over your site now, how it's doing, and what some of the competitors in the area are doing. So, starting with your site, I see that you guys have got a pretty nice menu, some call to actions around here, a little bit about your services, and some nice photos. Moving on, you have a little bit about your services. This is actually a bit hard for me to read with the white on white. I do really like how it looks with the red color. So maybe just swapping those backgrounds just because for me it actually is a little bit hard to read without the contrast there, but not a big deal. Anyway, continuing on, a little bit about you guys. I love that you guys have photos of you on here. This really helps to build trust. Join the team. Information about promos, okay. Testimonials, awesome. Testimonials are so important. I even recommend having a slideshow, kind of like you have down here, having a slideshow of these going through so people can see like, wow, they've got a lot of really good testimonials. This really helps to build trust as well. I love that you have the trust badges. And then that's towards the bottom of the site. So at a glance, the site's pretty good. It looks great. There's some things I would change design wise, but nothing that's going to make or break your site. What I am seeing is the first issue is there's not a whole lot of content on this homepage, and I'll kind of talk about what that means. So Google likes to see about a minimum of 1,500 words on your homepage, and this is for two reasons. First reason being is that Google has these crawlers that come through and they read the content. They're trying to figure out what areas you serve and what services you offer. The more content you have on here, the more you're going to look like an expert in Google's eyes. The second reason being is that you want to beat out your competitors. So if your competitors had 1,000 words, then you would want to have 1,500 and so on. I'm just scrolling up here, I see kind of since this one doesn't have a photo in the background, it's a very large white space that looks a little awkward. But I think it's just this one slide. Anyway, within the content, you want to have keywords, and keywords are things that people would be searching for when they're trying to find you. So I know you said roofing was one of your big services that you guys like to focus on. If someone was Googling roofing company Long Island and you had roofing company Long Island all over your site, Google's going to recognize that and realize, oh, hey, they're relevant for this search. Not only that, but they have that exact search term on their site. So it's important to get some more content in here as well as keywords, as I'm not really seeing any keywords. Now, if we did an actual Google search for roofing company Long Island, we can see here are some regular Google ads that show up first. And I know you guys are specifically in Valley Stream, but I'm just going to do this with Long Island so you can see a little bit about what I'm talking about, and there's more people to see. Anyway, so here are the Google pay-per-click ads, and it looks like they're actually showing these instead of Google Guaranteed. So maybe there's not enough people that are signed up for Google Guaranteed in this area. We'll have to take a look. This is the map pack, and when I searched for siding company in Long Island, you guys were actually showing in the top 3, but I went ahead and did roofing because I was trying to find a keyword that you were ranking a little bit worse for, so we can go over what that looks like to rank better for it. So I know you, of course, have a Google business profile, and your profile looked pretty good. The way you can get it ranking further up is by really filling it out as much as possible. So posting to it weekly like you would social media, completed jobs, befores and afters, updates, offers, discounts, getting reviews as frequently as you can, responding to reviews, adding your services as products to the profile, etc. Those are all things you can do physically to the Google business profile that will help. In addition to that, creating a larger online footprint. And essentially all this means is just getting your name out on the internet more. So getting yourself into directories like things Yelp and Yellow Pages. You don't have to do paid, I want to stress that, you don't have to pay them, but just getting those free profiles is really beneficial because when Google does a Google search for you, they're going to see you all over the internet and they're going to trust you more. The websites listed below here, these are called the organics, and the same thing, you want to be in the top 3. The first one's Angie's, and we don't care about them, but here's the local company, Long Island Roofing. So let's take a look at what's going on with their site. Okay, this feels very busy to me. I don't love that. I do like that they call themselves a GAF Elite Roofer, so I think I saw that badge on your site. That's something nice you can kind of put out there a little bit more. Got a little bit about their testimonials. We can see they've got a lot of text. It doesn't have to look dated like this. The site to me actually looked really old. So your site does not need to look like this. We can definitely make it look great with a lot of text as well. Something they did that was really smart is they made the name of their company a keyword. So when people are searching for a Long Island Roofing Company or whatever, that's literally their business name. It's going to be tricky to beat out someone for their own business name. However, if you can be directly behind them, at least for this specific word, that would be perfect. At any rate, I really don't like their site, so let's take a look at why it is ranking. This is a paid program I use to research websites called Ahrefs. I went ahead and put them into here so we can see what you're up against. The second thing I want to go over is UR and DR ratings. These ratings are really important for where you fall within the Google search results. A UR rating is essentially a trust rating with Google, and a DR rating is essentially a power rating with Google. One of the ways you raise these numbers is through something called a backlink. And all a backlink really is a shout out or an endorsement from another website. So if there was another website and they said, hey everyone, go check out Long Island Roofing, they're the best ever, with a clickable button back to their site, that's a backlink. It's just an endorsement. And so we can actually click on these, go through, see what endorsements they have, and then reach out and get the ones that are be beneficial for you, which is what's so cool about this program. Lastly, and most importantly, I want to talk about their keywords. And these are the keywords within the content that I was talking about before. For example, roof repair Long Island. There's approximately 900 people who Google this per month. And I get it, you may not do specific repairs, you may only do installation and replacement, that's fine, but that's a lot of people searching. Roofing Long Island, approximately 200 a month. Long Island roofers, approximately 200. Roofers Long Island, 150. Look at all of that search volume. And this is just for one service, just for Long Island. You know, not even looking at some of the individual places. So there are a crazy amount of people that are searching for these services. That's important. You want to get in front of these people. The more people that find you, of course, the more clients you're going to land because they're going to be calling you. So there's a lot of room to grow in your area because you offer quite a few services. There's quite a few different towns they can break up into. So there's a lot of room for growth. Now, when we take a look at your website's ratings, your UR and DR are actually a bit higher than theirs, but relatively speaking, both of yours are a bit low. We really like to see these numbers closer to 20, and even you want to have like 20 and 20 rather than 7 and 16. So right off the bat, we can see that even though your website has a bit more power, the fact that they have a keyword within their name is definitely helping them out, but not to stress, we can always catch up. So it does look like you have a decent amount of backlinks, but the fact that your site power is still pretty low tells me that these may be a bit spammy. And so we'll want to take a look at those and see if there's anything spammy in there and then continue to add some more high power authority sites for endorsements. Now, if we take a look at your keywords, we've got siding installation Long Island. Okay, that's a great one. Approximately 200 people searching, and it says you're in roughly first place. The positions here are sometimes a little bit off. It's just an estimate because they change all the time. So then we've got some blog types of words, which these are good, but they don't necessarily have a location attached to them. So, you know, someone could be Googling this from anywhere. We keep going. Long Island siding companies. Okay, about 60 people, and you're in third. Siding company Long Island. Okay, not bad. Siding contractor. Siding Long Island. So it looks like for siding, you're doing pretty good. Siding company. But I'm really not seeing a whole lot about roofing, and I know that was one of your other focuses. So, okay. So we do have some down here. But there's definitely room for improvement, and you're off to a great start. That is refreshing to see because the site is off to a great start. You're doing well with citing. The Google Business Profile is doing pretty well, and now we can just continue to build on this power. So the main things I really recommend for the site is we got to get some more content on there. We got to get keywords within the content. We want to build up the site power. Interesting. I actually just noticed that you have service area pages. Okay. Usually the way we organize these is we'll have services and it'll be just these ones, and then we'll have service areas, and that's where like all of these types of ones would go, so it's not too messy. This isn't the end of the world, but someone might get confused if they wanted to read about roofing and then they're like, oh, you know, sometimes people get lost in the simplest of things. But at any rate, so we want to get power to that site and then get some more keywords in that content. I hope that this is helpful and I look forward to speaking with you guys further. Have a great day.